Indeed. So, I just started the recording. Oh, look, DotAnonymous has nice names for all their names. Um, we're gonna have a game between DotAnonymous and the Derps team, and it's best out of 3, and this is the first game, so we'll see what we're working with today. And I just gotta change something in my settings again. I gotta remember to do that in advance, because it's just stupid. There we go. I'm just waiting for the rest of the people to load into the game. And my co-caster today is Exeter. Hello. There we go. And the first band is Evoker. I think it's the standard second ban, not the first ban. Because, well, no, but first ban, like I said a while back ago, first ban is a hero that you don't want to play yourself, but you also don't want the other team to play. Maybe they didn't want to play Invoker, but yeah, okay, that's might be true. I think the Dire will want to try to go for a Shen if he doesn't get banned, or the Radiant. No, the Dire, I believe. I looked at some Dota profiles and I saw one of them had most successful heroes at Shen, so then it's automatically thinking it's like, no, that's the one they go for, and the other one had a Furion there. Yeah. Indeed. They're taking their time. Not really sure what to ban. Maybe both. But Rindrunner getting banned, I mean, she's a solid pick to be picked. Yeah, I guess that also makes her a solid ban, to be fair. Oh, they get 4 Darks here instead. Maybe I mixed them up and got the Radiant, got the Chen. We'll see. Yeah, I know, I should have remembered. Oh well. Nope. And they go for Tidehunter as a first pick. True. I would expect a Venomancer and a Chen. That was what I was expecting. Surprise. True. Ooh, Venom. Yay. That means the Dire still have and the Chen and the Shadow Shaman. That would be very strong in their lineup, I think, also. Although they would still lack a carry, but yeah, that's more for the last 2 picks, so yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I recently was thinking about a hero, and it's like, why isn't that hero ever picked? But I can't remember which hero it was. That's kind of fail. Yeah, but this one was like, wow, he's actually really good. Why is he not picked more? Oh, Shadow Shaman, there you go. Yeah. If we see Enchantress banned, we know that what they want to do. I mean, the Radiant still has a pick also, and then is still able to ban out Enchantress. So by picking maybe Chen as the last of their 3 first picks, they don't allow the Dire to go for the Enchantress, which is maybe very smart. If the Dire doesn't pick it up now. In which case they can pick up Enchantress. But yeah. It's a hard carry for the Dire. That's what I meant. Carry crystal main, totally possible. Well, I don't know. I mean, Darkseer can be seen pretty much as good team fight also. But yeah, no real stun. And Crystal Maiden, if she gets a good ultimate in, then that's pretty possible. Oh, we see Obsidian Destroyer, Outland Destroyer, Outworld Destroyer? Outworld Destroyer banned. It's the first time I've seen banned in the competitions or in the matches we casted. Hmm. What's the counter to him? Maybe they want to go for I don't know. No, I mean, who would he counter in a match? Yeah. Okay.
Very good damage.
Yeah.
Pure damage, and that's very hard to deal with.
I just realized, by the way, that I turned my sound off, so you haven't been heard until now.
What?
What? Sorry.
No!
It's like
Great
someone just
insight.
said, "Are you commentary alone today?" But yeah, no. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I wonder if we're gonna see a Pudge from the Radiant
How do you...
because they banned out Lifestealer.
Yeah, but Lifestealer is a good counter to many heroes, and
I
I
think,
mean you don't.
but
Yeah, you don't
like
really
the
need to
counter to
counter.
Pudge.
I mean, for example, a Dragon Knight, good counter to a Dragon Knight, or good counter to a Skeleton King. So,
Ooh, Sand King's
yes,
on.
King ban.
And still Chen in the pool.
Yeah, still.
And
Yeah,
Enchantress also.
yeah, they're not really. I don't know. They don't really care about challenge enchanters, it seems.
Nope. Unless we got proven wrong. We see that someone has disconnected and is now reconnected from the Dire.
Yeah, and we need, or not we, but Dire kind of need a carry, and the Radiant, I don't really know what they want to go for. They, okay, Lashrak, some more pushing power, and a Lich. Okay, I don't know if I
Nah, nah,
pick.
nah. It depends on the carry they're gonna get. If they're still gonna get a hard carry, or if they're gonna make Mirana their main carry, which
I would think they might go for Mirana as a carry, and then they might want to pick up something, because for now they don't really have a side solo. The Venomancer can, or a solo mid. I mean, the Venomancer or the Mirana can go for side or mid solo, but yeah, Mirana will probably, and the Venomancer, I don't know. So they kind of, I think there's something lacking in their team. They have great team fight, very great team fight, but they're missing some stability, and some damage as well. Some right click damage, except for the Mirana. So they are not really strong in the mid game. I would think for now.
nope. Ooh, a Dragon Knight,
And we see Dragon Knight. Yeah, that's a
solid pick.
very strong pick, especially since Nyx is banned. So, or the Lifesteal is banned. So yeah, more pushing power and yeah, very good late game hero as well. So nice lineup. They're lacking a little bit in the team fight. I think it's only the real team fight is Darkseer for now. Some AoE damage from the Lashrak, but that's it.
Darkseer is a lot of team fight though. If pulled off correctly. Oh, a Pudge! I was right. Yes.
And there's your patch. So they have their solo mid now. The Mirana will. Well, what? No, the Venomancer. Actually, the Venomancer kind of has to go side solo because trialing with 3 supports doesn't make any sense.
Well, Lich can solo.
Yeah, Lich can also solo, but do you want to solo a Lich against a rather push-heavy lineup like the Dire with a Lashrak and a Shadow Shaman? I don't know.
True.
So yeah, we'll see.
Yep. I will go over the team of DotAnonymous.
Okay.
I said that really fast so I don't make any mistakes in that name. And I will start with DME, who is playing Lich and is going bottom, like you said, with Tidehunter and Mirana. Tidehunter being played by Defi, and Mirana being played by Chinese name, Russian name. Can't pronounce it. Pudge being played by Ultra Ponage, and Druidika is playing Venomancer, and they're going into the enemy forest, their forest, or into the Radiant Forest, and gonna see if they can try to gank someone. But I think they will fail because the Dire are far away. All yours.
Yeah. And for the Dire we see just Jacka on the Darkseer, who's waiting on the bottom lane. In the middle lane we have Rasta, played by 741G3R.
I think he meant to be Tiger.
Whatever. Yeah.
Tiger.
I don't like this lead speak, but yeah. Okay, then we have Tiger there, whatever. Also we have a Dragon Knight on the top lane, played by Woodpecker. He's supported by the Crystal Maiden, played by Dota DBSM, or Project Dota DBSM. And last but not least we have Lashrak, played by Top of the World.
Yep. And Dire just gave away their mid solo in all chat. I don't know if that was intentional or not. But yeah, would be. Don't think it matters that much, because they will see soon enough, and they don't have anybody to really gank. Even though there's a 2-lane middle.
Yeah, we have very interesting lanes here. In the middle we have a dual lane with the Lich and Pudge, and on the bottom lane we have a Venomancer and a Tidehunter, and Mirana as a side solo. So interesting lanes. The Mirana will have a really hard time on top against the Crystal Maiden, Lashrak, and a Dragon Knight.
I think we saw a dual lane with Pudge before versus the Shadow Shaman, and that ended really bad for the Shadow Shaman, even though that was a Crystal Maiden instead of a Lich.
Yeah, that's true, and the Crystal Maiden is a little bit better with the Pudge, I believe, because she has some form of disable, and the Lich only is a slow.
Yeah.
So.
But that might be enough for the hook to get put in correctly.
Yeah, we'll see. And the Shadow Shaman will definitely not have a good time in the middle lane for now. So we will see how this will work out. Mirana already took some damage.
Some aggressiveness. There was a stun from Lashrak also, which missed, but barely Mirana was able to leap away. She's gonna have a hard time getting that farm up, and since the Dire also placed that ward there, it's gonna be even more tricky.
Okay, we might get another pause, yes.
Yeah, there will be a pause. There's gonna be a restart coming out from Tidehunter. Just to restart the game. He seems to me maybe having some lag issues.
Yep. And Venomancer meanwhile pulling the creep camp on the bottom lane, which, I don't know, he probably should have stacked it first to eliminate the creep wave, because now
they're gonna be pushing the lane soon.
Oh well, now he did. No, actually not, because two creeps went through, so it's only two.
Oh, he only got
against
2.
The camp, so yeah, they should be fine.
Oh, that's actually not bad, yeah. True story. If we look at, it's only like not even 2 minutes in, but you can already see the last hits on Pudge are 8, and on Shadow Shaman is 5. It's quite even for double lane. I mean, Shadow Shaman doesn't seem to be hold down that much. I mean, yes, he's behind, but yeah, you can expect that.
For now, yes, but I mean, the Lich probably just got his Nova, so yeah, he will harass way more now. So
yeah, and the Shadow Shaman is already without mana.
Yeah, and on Half-Life he has all his consumables still left, but yeah, the Lich will probably give him a hard time now with Nova and the sacrifice.
Yeah.
Meanwhile.
Yeah, we see some Rana is having a really hard time. She was being harassed by the Crystal Maiden, who didn't take that much damage from the arrow of Mirana. But yeah, Mirana is still level 1 and still has not been in range of a creep dying, not once.
Yeah, that's really bad for them, because they really need this Mirana. They can't afford to sacrifice it.
Well,
they probably should.
It's their only real carry type, unless they can make Pudge work enormously well. We see a Lich with invisibility. Oh, I didn't use it all that much. Oh, there goes the hook. He might actually get one. But Pudge is maybe overstepping his line here a bit by going into the tower range. Shadow Shaman will go down. Last hit goes from Pudge, but Pudge might still die to the tower also. There we go. He still died. It says he got killed by the Dire though. No kill for Shadow Shaman.
Nope, definitely not. And finally Mirana is getting at least some experience on the top lane. because the creep wave pushed in quite a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, still, once again, I don't think.
Oh, Mirana is getting ooh, managed to jump out of difficulty pretty fast, but there was a breath and what's it called, a nova, and yeah, or sorry, frostbite. That was pretty close. Took out a lot of her HP. She used the self instantly.
Yeah, and they probably should just rotate the Lich to the top lane.
Yeah, and we missed a kill on Shadow Shaman again on the middle lane, and Pudge also got that last hit. Did he? No, Lich got the last hit. And yeah, Shadow Shaman is now walking back because he doesn't have a teleport anymore, or money to do so anyway. And in the bottom lane, nothing really exciting is happening. We see.
No, but we.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you say it.
Well, I'm expecting a Gale from Venomancer any moment now, but it's not happening. So.
No, the Darkseer is winning his lane. He's 15 creep kills, and the Titan only has 8, and the Venomancer 2. So, yeah, he's winning a solo lane against a dual lane.
Pretty solid.
For now. Yeah, that's pretty good. And he might even. No, he's not going for the Titan, but the Titan is very low on life.
I must say I'm impressed that Mirana hasn't died yet.
Yeah, that's very good of it. But so level 2 now, level 3, and Leshrac is.
She got forced out and has to jump away to be able to not get killed from this tower dive going on. And that tower might not last very long because Diabolic level 2 from Leshrac is heavily pushing on those creeps. There's so many. Pushed heavily.
And
no support coming in from. Oh, there. Never mind. I didn't say anything. There's a smoke on Pudge and Lich, and they're gonna go help out Mirana. I wonder if they're gonna be able to do something. And well, of course, it didn't come in time for the tower because that went down. Last hit went to Leshrac. Arrow comes on Leshrac, and there goes the hook. Leshrac is gonna die. Lich get the last hit. It's a bit overkill on that one. Yeah, Crystal Maiden has been a hard time. There's no ulti up yet on the Pudge, so he might be able to still hook Dragon Knight now. Nope, that
very
was
close.
It seemed like a too short hook though.
That was just went a little bit too much over his head, like a little bit too much north.
Yeah.
So.
And there goes the Gale off on Darkseer on the bottom lane, and oh, I thought they were gonna chase because they could totally do so, but no chasing. It's just harassment. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, but the Darkseer should be totally fine. He already has his Ring of Regeneration, or Ring of Health, excuse me, and yeah, he's completely fine, which cannot be said for the Mirana. She has to head back, and the tower.
The tower is getting pushed again, yeah. And no help is coming in this time. There's 2 of the Dire on the middle lane.
And in the middle lane, we see Lich going
down.
Lich
going down to
Maiden.
The hook still goes off on the Shadow Shaman, and we'll probably still die from the rot from Pudge last hit since the right click. But that tower on the top lane is gonna go down. There's nothing they can do about that anymore. Diabolic is on. Leshrac gets the tower hit again and is forcing Mirana even further back into her base.
Yeah, and they can't really afford to lose the tower at 6 minutes. That's
lose
two
towers, yeah.
Yeah, that's really. I don't know. They should have maybe thought about changing the lanes up a little bit, putting the Venomancer on top maybe. With the wards, you can really defend those towers. And Mirana level 5 now, but not having a good farm at all. Not boots yet, so.
No,
yeah,
if we look at the last hit, she basically has 10, so it's nothing.
A nice hook in the middle lane from Pudge.
Ooh, and Lich got the last hit on Leshrac. Diabolic from Leshrac is still on though, so.
Yeah. Pudge get killed by the Ether Shock from the Shadow Shaman.
Yeah.
And they're pushing the next tower.
And they can totally do so because the bottom laners have not been off their lane yet. They have not supported their lane, and they don't seem to be doing now, even though, yes, there comes the teleport. Never mind. Mana boots for Tidehunter is going to continue farming, but the teleport came in from Venomancer.
Yeah, and the tower went down so fast, and now they're rotating to the bottom lane. They're smoked, so they might even catch out the Tidehunter there.
I think they want to go for that tower too afterwards. After if they kill
Pudge.
What's the Pudge doing? There's the Frost. Mirana ultimate goes off, so he might actually, never mind. Dragonite's Frost Breath finishes him off. Tidehunter is able to get away with Mirana's ultimate though.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate for him. He couldn't see it. They were smoked up, and yeah, very unfortunate for him.
Yeah, and I think if we take a look at the gold graph now, we see the Dire heavily in advance due to the towers. 3k gold advantage already, and sorry, 4k, and growing. And this tower will bring it even more. Crystal Maiden gets the last hit in the tower. Some nice gold for her. And they place a ward on the bottom lane. Mirana is trying to push the top lane in the meantime, it seems. Although I don't think she's going to be able to get the tower.
Oh, but she might be able to damage it. And meanwhile, for defending on the bottom lane now, that might be the right choice, because they can't afford to lose more towers. They already lost a huge bit of map control there.
Yeah. Oh, we see a smoke going up on the Radiant. They're gonna try to go. We have Tidehunter already level 6 also with his ultimate, so it could be a nice teamfight incoming here. And Darkseer is level 7 also, but he hasn't skilled his ultimate yet. The Crystal Maiden gets caught out, gets hooked, and dies to the Pudge Rot.
They also might be able to know.
Oh, nice Lich ultimate, they're all together, no creep wave close. The Shrek and Dragonite are gonna not die, but the Darkseer is gonna die. There's
very
a
nice hook.
Very nice hook on the Shrek. Pudge gets a double kill from that one.
Yeah, they lost so many towers, but now they're trying to come back, and it seems that fight went really well for them.
Yeah, they just need to stop being caught out, and then, or, you know, stop being caught out. They haven't really been caught out, they need to defend their towers.
And the Pudge overextending.
Yeah, there goes the Nova from, Frostbite from the Crystal Maiden. Ultimate from Tide goes off. Gush is on Dragonite, who tries to get away, but isn't successful. Tidehunter dies to the Crystal Maiden, last hit, right click. Words of the Shadow Shaman are off and forcing the rest of the Radiant team back also. That was a 1-for-1. So not really a team fight, but the Pudge lived. Night Tide ultimates to save Pudge, and I think that's worth it.
Yeah, and especially since the Dragonite, the hard carry died there, which is always a good trade.
Yeah, definitely.
And Mirana meanwhile pushed the tower on the bottom, on the top lane.
Yeah, and gets some creep kills now, which is nice. She still hasn't died yet, which is still quite nice. Ooh, the Gale goes off on Leshrac, but they don't seem to want to follow it up.
Yeah.
There's a double damage and Shadow Shaman is running out.
Yeah, the Shadow Shaman now has mana boost as well. We have an Ogre Club on the Donkey. It's probably for the Dragonite, so he's most likely going for straight for BKB.
Yeah.
And in the woods we see Tidehunter being cut out, but he's very tanky already, so he might be fine.
Nah, he gets shackled. He is invisible though, he might still never mind. Vacuum goes off and kills him, but in the meantime Venomancer gets killed off by, the Shrek gets killed off by the Venomancer after being hooked from Pudge from the high ground, which is pretty nice. The moment Mirana's ultimate went off though, the Dire placed the invisibility ward near the Tidehunter, so they really wanted to get that kill.
Yeah, very good. But once again a trade 1-for-1, so not so bad for either side, just very even. Yeah, but we see great map control here for the Dire right now. They have all of the woods from of the Radiant ward, and they lack a little bit sight on the top half of the map, but other than that they have great map control right now, especially since they took down so many towers.
Yeah, and the gold graph, it does show a dip back up though. It says now 2.5k, which is not that much, I think. Oh, and especially not with the towers.
Yes, especially that. So yeah, for now it seems to have evened out a bit again, and because the Dire realize they won't push those two remaining tier 2 towers that easily. Now the Radiant is opposing them a bit. Yeah,
we're gonna see something from the Dire. I think they might want to smoke up, but they don't have a smoke with them, so never mind. Oh, they do, but they're just gonna go in, and they will find the Tidehunter. There goes the Tidehunter ultimate, which hits 4 of them. Gush goes off on Crystal Maiden. The damage that goes out is immense. Lich ultimate goes off. Pudge dies. Sorry, I'm just gonna call out who died. Tidehunter died. Venomancer died. And of the Dire, only Shadow Shaman and Darkseer died. I wonder how on earth Crystal Maiden was able to survive that, because she looked so low at some point.
Yeah, the Lich ultimate just didn't finish her. It bounced to a creep instead of her, so she survived that. And I think the Radiant should try to get out of there, or at least not chase there, because they're not in the shape to do so. Maybe maybe a Mirana arrow might pick off Crystal Maiden, but no, she's not trying.
Nope. It's probably quite risky to try also, because that Dragonite will still win from a Mirana and a Lich, I think. Looking quite tanky.
There goes an arrow from the Mirana. Yeah, it misses. Nothing, no harm done. Meanwhile, Tidehunter defending the top lane, which is pushing in already. And yeah, other than that, once again the Dire grouping up with 4 heroes in the middle lane. So they don't want to stop their aggression yet. A nice hook from the Pudge there. Dismember on the Shadow Shaman.
Didn't get Shadow Shaman though. But yeah, Lich is gonna go down to the last hit of the Darkseer.
I mean, sure. And yeah, not a good fight there for the Radiant, because
nice hook on the Shadow Shaman this time, and Gale goes off, and the last hit goes to the Tidehunter with his Anchor Smash.
Yeah. So once again they evened that out, the trade, and I think it's even a better trade for the Radiant this time. The Lich is not that valuable compared to the Shadow Shaman. So
nope.
But
he's just there to put out his ulti and not die. Or something.
Yeah, but they still have the problem that they can't really see anything of the map, and the Radiant, the Dire can just farm or roam or whatever they please.
Yeah.
Do whatever they please, yeah.
It's the Radiant are in defensive mode, and they can't really do anything, or they don't seem to want to do anything yet.
And they definitely have to hold those tier 2 towers, which are left.
Yes.
No, because they can't afford to loot them. They need that last bit of mech control. And nice ultimate from the Mirana, but the ward, they get spotted. Lich gets caught out.
Yep. Tidehunter ulti can still go off. There we go. The wards of the wards of the Shadow Shaman are always there. Nice hook, but it didn't latch to anything, so he doesn't. The Radiants are retreating after losing the Lich.
Yeah, and he didn't even get his ultimate off, so they are quite vulnerable now in this team fight. They don't have any ultimates anymore, and yeah, they might lose this tower now with the Edict and the Dragonite.
Yep.
But no, they seem to...
The Dire seem to retreat. Don't want to try. There's no creep wave anymore, so I guess that was the right thing to do. Lich is back also, even though he's not back on the bottom lane yet, but you could just teleport in if you wanted. The smoke goes off on the Dire, and they want to have only Crystal Maiden seen, who I think intentionally hit the creeps, so it looks like she's there by herself. There we go. Nice Darkseer vacuum. Tidehunter, sorry. Wow, Venomancer goes down and Pudge goes down. That was a really fast vacuum stun combo from the Leshrac. And
yeah, definitely.
That was just a lot of damage.
Yeah, and not much the Radiant could do there.
Nope.
Mirana and Lich might want to try to hold on to the tower, but they should back off. They can't do anything against the 5-man push from the Dire right now.
Nope. We see the kills are back to being even now. Leshrac gets the last hit on the tower again. That's 3 towers for him, I believe now. So that's nice, some amount of gold. The gold graph is dipping back towards the Dire, and well, it already was the Dire, but it's dipping further back, and it's now over 5k. Gold advantage for the Dire.
Yeah, the interesting thing is the experience graph. It just went in favor of the Dire right now. The whole rest of the game it was in favor of the Radiant, which is kind of interesting, I think.
Yeah, well, it was also, of course, because they don't get an experience for the tower, and if there was 5 on the lane, or 4, which they have been for quite a bit, they don't get as much experience. I mean, now again, there are 4 there. Hook doesn't latch to anything, but Lich we should watch out, because he got shackled and cheaped and just dies to the Shadow Shaman Ether Shock. Venomancer dies also, but not before he has his done his ulti, so the Dire will be forced back because, well, they won't be on full HP. Or actually, will they? Will they? They might actually decide to go anyway.
Yeah, and the Dragonite now has his BKB
Ooh,
up.
nice
So
hook on the Crystal Maiden. Tide Ultimate goes off and is gonna go down also by himself. He gets shackled and sheeped and stunned. Twice stunned. Crystal Maiden did die to the Pudge. But that wasn't a good trade at all. And a hook again! Nice hook again from Pudge, getting the Lashrak and just killing him with it. Venomancer is back and he might try to catch someone out with his skill, but yeah, Shadow Shaman has activated his invisibility rune, so he will be able to get out. The Pudge is still on the hunt.
Pudge doing some great hooks here.
Yeah, definitely.
Always evening out the scores, the kills for the Radiant, but the question is if that will be enough, because the Dragonite is really getting strong, and with his BKB out, he is very, very hard to kill now.
Yeah, but I have to say Mirana still hasn't died. And her farm may not be all that good, but she's the only one that hasn't died yet.
Yeah, but
so she could still might still be able to do something in late game if she just keeps this up and keeps being away from fights, maybe.
The problem is they have to shut down the Dragonite, otherwise he will just out carry her, since he has way better farm, at least way more gold. Not way better farm, but way more gold than her by killing all those towers.
Yeah, definitely.
So, and as I said, with his BKB, he's very hard to kill because the Radiant don't have any right-click damage right now. They have very much, yeah, only magic damage. With all those ultimates and that stuff, but the Mirana doesn't have the damage to bring a Dragonite down. Not at all. Not yet, at least.
Nope. See, the Shrek teleporting to the tower to defend it, even though it wasn't. Well, the tower would have been fine by himself, but oh well. He wasn't that far off, so I was kind of surprised why he teleported.
Yep. And I'm gonna check if we see any other items than the BKB. We see a hood on the Pudge, which is quite okay. If he gets pipe up, then that might really help in those team fights. We also see in BKB almost finished for the Shadow Shaman. He only needs his recipe now, and that will make the fights very, very hard for the Radiant.
Even harder than they already all are.
Yeah.
Mirana arrow
as soon as he got this up.
Almost hits Darkseer, but gets away.
And once again, the top lane pushing in there. It's almost in the base, so one has to go back there and defend it, or they will take some more damage on the tower. And meanwhile,
Mirana ultimate goes off. They might want to go for this. They want one. There goes the invisibility ward, though. They see him, and Dragonite activated BKB. Lich ultimate goes off, which is very nice because there's no creeps around. Finishes off Shadow Shaman. Almost finishes up Leshrac, who uses his thingy, but gets hooked back in and dies anyway. We saw Tidehunter die straight after he did his ultimate by the Dragonite. Venomancer is seemingly getting away. And yeah, Darkseer also died. Not a bad fight for the Radiant. They only lost the Tidehunter, who still he only has mana boots. He didn't use his magic wand though, which is kind of surprising. But maybe he was stunned for the full duration before he died. That could be because he had all the burst damage from the start out on him. He really was the tank in that one. But it left Pudge free to, yeah, definitely, and it left Pudge free to get in a couple of good hooks because he got Leshrac with it, and I believe someone else also. But yeah, nice.
Yeah, they killed the Darkseer on the high ground there. Yes, the Lich got the last hit on.
Yeah.
And he got out of that.
We also see some more warding from the Radiant going out. They counter warded the middle, the Roshan pit starting ground river area.
Oh, okay. The rune spot. Yeah.
The rune spot. There we go. That sounds better. But yeah, never mind. The Dire noticed it, and they're gonna counter ward straight away.
Yeah, and they're doing a great job on keeping tabs on those wards, especially always carrying those invisibility wards against the Mirana ultimate.
Yeah, that is some solid play. You don't see that in a lot of teams, I have to say.
No, especially not in those amateur teams. But Crystal Maiden getting caught out in their own woods. Lich and Venomancer finishing her off.
Last hit goes to Venomancer. And
Frost
the
Blast.
Dire take the opportunity and go to the Roshan pit. And since there's no counter wards there anymore, the Radiant don't know it, and it doesn't seem like they do. They think they're on the top lane, but they're not gonna be able to catch someone out there. But Roshan is going down pretty fast.
And that's gonna be a free Roshan for the Dire. May go to the Dragon Knight, may
think
also
so.
go to the Leshrac or the Gem, and might also.
The Dragon Knight
Yeah.
door had already emptied a spot for it, so
Okay.
that was Dragon Knight material. And
I
that,
don't know.
yeah. Ooh.
He's already surviving all the time anyway, so I don't. They
True.
might.
True.
They might would have wanted to give it to the Leshrac or the Shaman, but yeah, now the Dragon Knight has it.
Yeah.
He'll be.
And Smoked Up Lich is teleporting to the middle lane, which is having a heavy pushing coming from the Dire team. 4 of the Dire team are there, and the 5th is incoming Crystal Maiden, who just died, so is now back up again. And they want that tower. It's the last tier 2 tower of the Radiant, and they just want it down.
Yeah, and the Venomancer should. Yeah, he's now starting, hopefully at least, to put up some wards. No, he's. What is he doing?
Venomancer has been counter warding, yeah.
He definitely should. No, okay, now it's late. He should have started to put up a wall of wards there in front of the tower to
Yes.
just stall the push, and
Yeah.
this is so strong.
Especially
This
since it's
low-
level 4 wards that he has.
Yeah. And that's very strong to stop the push, but or they also deal some damage in the fight, even though you might not think, but it adds up in a team fight. So
That is
really
some nice counter warding from the Dire. Ooh, nice hook going off on the Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden is not gonna live through this. Tidehunter ulti goes off. BKB is up already on Dragon Knight. Venomancer ulti therefore won't hit him. Lich ulti goes off and is heavily on all of the Dire team actually. But also bounces between a couple of copies from the thingy. The hook goes off and the Dragon Knight actually dies, but the Aegis is still up, so he will be up shortly. But there's no mana left for a hook or dismember, so he's might be in a bit of trouble there. And he might actually still get a Tidehunter who is used his wand this time, and yeah, can't really go for it anymore. But the tower died.
yeah, the tower died. They couldn't do nothing about that. The wards were there. Mirana is trying to chase down the Dragon Knight, but yeah, she's won't
Ooh,
get him.
but she's still trying.
Yeah, but I don't think she has the damage for that. With the double damage maybe, but she has to be really careful not to overextend
shouldn't
there. Because,
do this.
yeah, because
She's
everyone
not,
from
she's
the.
not. Look at the tower going down though.
Yeah, with the double damage, she deals quite a lot of damage.
She
So,
might be able to solo it.
Now she has to be really careful with the Shadow Shaman.
Yeah.
Who has finished his BKB now also, so.
Net Tidehunter's ulti won't be as effective anymore.
No, not at all. And yeah, Punch the T. Yeah, he has got his pipe up, so that's a nice plus for the Radiant.
Yep.
And is there anything else interesting? Yasha? Yeah, on the Mirana. A Blink Dagger on the Tidehunter now. I don't know if he had that before, but I don't think so.
Yeah, Mirana only needs a recipe and she has that Mantis Style.
Yeah. But on the other hand, we see the Assault Cuirass almost finished on the Dragon Knight. He only needs his Chainmail and the recipe, and the Aghanim's also almost finished on the Darkseer. He only needs the Blades of Alacrity. So, and they have a mechanism on the Crystal Maiden as well. So they are pretty well set with their items.
Indeed, and they're gonna smoke up and go into the Radiant Forest. And the gold advantage, by the way, is now 7.5k in favor of the Dire. Yeah, I think with a good team fight, the Radiant are still so able to take them though.
Yeah, but the team fight has to be really good. And
Yeah, and long, because they have to wait until all the BKBs run out before they are able to do some good damage. And there the thingy goes off, the smoke. Sorry. Yeah, Crystal Maiden's ulti actually does a lot of damage, and she keeps being alive due to the mechanism charge and her thingy charges, one charges. They managed to kill off both Pudge and Venomancer without taking, well, they took quite a bit of damage also, but yeah. They didn't take any casualties.
No, a good fight for them. The Dragon Knight BKB is down to 6 seconds. We should know that because it won't last that long anymore.
Nope.
But for now, they might try to push into the lane.
Oh,
Yeah,
the Shadow
lane.
Shaman is gonna go down to the Mirana mostly, even though the tower got the last hit. Tidehunter's ulti goes off. He gets the last kill on Crystal Maiden. The Lich ultimate goes off, and they kill off both Darcy and Leshrac. And Dragon
Yeah.
Knight's on the run. And
Yeah,
he
and they're
should be,
turning it
because
around.
the arrow is back on Mirana in a couple of seconds. And he's gonna go down. Great fight for the Radiant. They didn't lose anybody in that last team fight after, after Pudge and Venomancer were back up. Actually, yeah, Venomancer was in that fight, but Pudge wasn't in that fight at all.
Yeah. Then and
They will
another
get this tower.
great team fight and team wipe for the Dire, which is not what they want. They don't want to let the Radiant get back into this game.
Nope.
They take the tower in the middle lane now, and they might even
I think they
push
will.
further.
I think they
Yes.
will, because they and they can, or can they? The Dire is already back up. Crystal Maiden is coming in. There's no Pudge with the Radiant to hook someone out and make the team fight even for the Radiant. Or
Yeah, but even if they don't get the tower, which they won't, they dealt a lot of damage to it. So
yeah, true.
it's down to below 500 HP. So if they pull off another good team fight, then they definitely can take this tower. And yeah, they are slowly but surely bringing it back.
Yep.
And the gold graph as well. It's going up again.
And yeah, I'm actually quite happy to see that they actually did win back. It's so often you see that teams overextending after they won a team fight and then just losing their newly gained advantage again. That it's yeah, I'm happy they did that.
Yeah, and look at the experience graph. It's ridiculous. It just skyrocketed up to 7.5k advantage
Yeah.
for the Radiant.
And the gold has the same kind of spike, but then it's still in favor of the Dire. But that's I mean, the Radiant are three towers behind, and that's more 3 towers in total is more gold than that they are behind on in the gold graph. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and we see smoke on the Dire team. They are placing wards.
And they were seen getting smoked though, because obviously the observer ward is there.
Yeah, but yeah, and Crystal Maiden also denying that.
Oh, nice arrow going off, and what? Oh,
Yeah,
he's
the arrow
because he
was
smells smoke.
Yeah.
Oh, not bad, not a good hook. It hooked illusion of Mirana's Mantis Style. Venomancer might go down here to the ulti of Crystal Maiden, who well, Dragon Knight actually got her with his breath, but yeah,
Yeah, but
just got out of position.
wards are pretty much wasted.
Nice hook on Crystal Maiden, even though she won't do anything a lot anymore. There goes the Tidehunter ulti and the Lich ultimate also, but this time the creep wave is there. It doesn't bounce off. Yeah, there goes the Lich ulti and the creep wave. The Dire are retreating, it seems, and Darkseer will go down. Dragon Knight is in trouble and gets gushed and slowed and is gonna go down also due to the Mirana last hit. Shadow Shaman is the only one. Never mind. Shadow Shaman is gonna go down to the Rod of Pudge, and the whole team of the Dire gets killed off once again. And
once again.
yeah, and not even Venomancer. They didn't even have Venomancer's ulti in that fight.
Yeah, that's well. The Radiant are really playing this well now. There we see the lack of the team fight for the Dire. They have.
Did the wall from Darkseer even went up? I don't think it did. Did it? No.
No, I don't think so, because yeah, it is on cooldown though. Yeah, it's probably still on cooldown from the last try.
Okay.
And he's still not having his Magnums up now. He's 220 or 210 gold short of it. And yeah, that's another tower for the Radiant.
Yeah, and Pudge got the gold, which is also nice.
Yeah, once again bring it back.
Yeah, he got hooked, but still teleported out. And they want to go for the next step for the tier 1 tower on the bottom lane, which is actually still up. Or do
Yeah.
they don't. No, they don't. They're not gonna try for it. They know that the Dire might be there, because it would be the obvious target to go for.
The difference in the gold is back to almost 0.
Oh yeah.
And the difference in the experience is
huge.
It's over 10k experience advantage for the
on my graph,
Radiant
it's already over 12k.
Yeah, it's over 12k. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
So it will go even higher.
If we look at the levels, highest level on the Radiant side is level 16 Mirana and 16 Pudge, and the 2 highest levels is level 14 on Darkseer and Dragon Knight, and that's 2 level difference there on 2 characters. So
yeah,
yeah, even Tidehunter is level 15. Lowest is Venomance on level 10, and actually that's the lowest in the whole game. So yeah, they split that out a bit, but still.
That's definitely in favor of the Radiant right now. And then the Dire can't really afford to lose another team fight because now the Mirana is getting strong. Yes, she has her Munter.
There goes the Dragonite. Gale goes off, arrow goes off, hits a creep, but the Dismember goes off, and the last hit goes to Mirana with her Starstorm.
Yeah,
That was
very nice again.
yeah,
And
but that was
for that,
Dragonite getting caught out.
and
And
the
Pudge
Dismember left,
again.
they would get a tower.
Pudge again last hit it.
Or maybe even 2 towers.
I love that you're not able to get a Blink Dagger on a Pudge, but you can get a Force Staff, which, you know, it's kind of maybe a little bit the same if done properly.
Yeah, definitely. Force Stuff's a great item.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're pushing in. They want the tower.
Teleports come in from the Dire. The hook doesn't get anything. But the only Crystal Maiden is there. If she gets caught out, then they don't have a lot of teamfight yet. Yeah, Shadow Shaman pops his BKB, still gets dismembered, and Pudge is getting shackled and might actually be in trouble. Her Tidehunter's ulti goes off. Lich ulti is doing massive damage to the Radiant, sorry, to the Dire. And now Venomancer's ulti goes off but only hits on the Darkseer. And both teams haven't lost anybody yet, but the Radiant seem to be on retreat. And all the damage is done, and that was quite an interesting team fight, even though nobody died. What the hell?
Yeah, they tried, but there were walls. There was a wall, so it was in the end it was too much damage.
Yeah, but everything got used. Everything.
Yeah, but it was very wise to turn back there and go back to farming, defending, because yeah, now they have the upper hand in my opinion, and the Radiant have the upper hand now because they have the better team fight, they have the better farm for now, and the level advantage as well. So
yeah,
good call to go back and just.
I'm sorry, I'm still amazed that there was a team fight where every ultimate was used and nobody died. Okay, Crystal Maiden's ultimate wasn't used, but still, the Darkseer ultimate, Tidehunter ultimate, Venomancer ulti, nobody died. Lich ulti, there was a Lich ulti also.
Yeah, it was, but that's due to his items we have on both teams. We have a pipe on the Pudge, which absorbs a lot of damage. We have the BKB on the Mirana now. We have the BKB on the Dragonite and on the Shadow Shaman, which absorbs a lot of damage as well. And yeah, and the mechanism on the Lich and the Crystal Maiden. So there is just not enough damage to.
Mirana's ulti, I heard it. There we go.
Yeah.
And the Dire don't have a ward, but they did dust, so they will see him. Pudge will find Dragonite, who gets gushed and might die, might not die. Lich ultimate is back up. There goes the mechanism on the Dire. Lich ultimate bounces around, but doesn't really kill anything. Venomancer might be caught out. Yes, Darkseer gets the last hit. Mirana gets shackled and might not be able to leap away, but gets hooked back by the Pudge and is able to leap away then. And yeah, not got at the right spot, so she will need a hook again and able to survive, or she's just gonna die. But what the hell? Mirana just got a double kill. She killed Dragonite and Crystal Maiden by just being there and using her Starstorm.
That was really ridiculous right now, right there.
Yeah.
And they're going back to Roshan, but that's a good idea. The Pudge and the Titan are still waiting there. The Titan's ultimate is up in 3 seconds.
Yeah,
can just
and they're gonna go for it. Pipe goes up. There goes the Tidehunter ultimate. They might catch out Darkseer first, who gets dismembered, and it just had the vacuum goes off on the Darkseer. He might be able to get away. And there's no more mana, or not a lot of mana left on the Roshan. He should hit his Diabolic, I believe, so they stop chase. The stun goes off, and they stuns that Tidehunter, and is not doing anything else. But Pudge still gets Leshrac in his rod. Tidehunter's there. I think he's overstepping a little bit. He gets vacuumed and should be backing off right now, but last hit, never mind, Tidehunter lives. But Darkseer doesn't, and Pudge gets the last hit. Shackle goes off on Pudge. Shadow Shaman's right-clicking him down, but the last hit for Shadow Shaman goes to Lich, who kills him just by auto-attacking the whole time. Hook goes off on the Crystal Maiden, and he gets it, but Pudge is so low, he gets stunned, and is force-staffing himself away, which is the right call. Tidehunter might not survive this, but Dragonite doesn't want to try it anymore, and is backing off, which is probably the right thing to do. Jeez!
Yeah,
this is such an interesting game. I mean, even though all of the teams of the Dire are now dead, but still for both teams it goes Whichever wins out a good team fight with all 5 heroes dead, basically is able to get a Rex, and even then it's not sure yet who will win.
Yeah, but right now that was a great fight again for the Radiant.
Again for the Radiants,
Look
yeah,
at the touch.
definitely.
He picked up a Reaper and the Vitality boost. He almost has heart. It's like 40 gold away.
Yeah.
So the patch is really hard to kill now. The Lich doesn't got anything new. The Mirana neither, but maybe the Tide. Yeah, the Tide has finished up his Shiver's guard, so he is hard to kill now as well.
And that will be more trouble for the Dragon Knight and the Darkseer also.
Yeah, definitely. Especially combined with the Lich Frost armor, the Dragon Knight almost does no damage to that.
No.
Yes.
But they have to wait until the BKB is out. And it's a 5-second BKB though, and he's not seemed to buy a new recipe. They want to go for Roshan again. They're gonna go for Roshan again. And the Radiant know that they're there because they have a ward and they have a Mirana standing there watching.
The problem is that Lich and Patch are way out of the way, but yeah, they're backing off the.
They're not really backing off yet.
But they're buying the Miranas and
they know to back off. Yeah, but they should back off shortly.
Yeah, and now they're all there. Now they can go in. The Tidehunter has his ultimate up again, the Lich as well, and the Venom as well. So huge damage, which could.
And we have a blink dagger on the Tidehunter, so he could just blink in. But they don't have vision up here. Do they? No, they don't.
We kind of have standoff right now. None of the teams really wants to go in there.
Look at this. Oh, Diego. Sorry. Cat on the keyboard.
Teaching your cat Dota?
Ooh, there goes the hook. Great hook on Crystal Maiden. And Punch just gets her and kills her. The Tide ultimate finishes her off. Tidehunter is dominating. Pipe goes off on the Radiant. Leshrek manages to stun 2 of the Radiant heroes, but Lich ultimate is still bouncing around. Tidehunter might be caught out now by the wards. Dragon Knight is taking an immense amount of damage from Mirana, who's just right-clicking him down. And that's all of the Dire dead.
Yeah, and it spells the GG, it seems.
It is.
For
the disconnects are already out. This was quite an intense game. And really fun also.
Yeah, definitely. Really intense. Many kills. We have 60 kills in 40 minutes, so or even more.
Yeah, and
so 1 kill per minute.
Yep. On the start we saw Mirana being shut down so heavy, but she just got back as soon as those 2 towers were pushed. She got the space to farm there. Those 2 towers down made her able to get at least a couple of creep waves before she was forced back out of the enemy's side of the game, so to speak.
Yeah, and all the Dire disconnected, so we just wait for the throne to go down.
There we go.
And you get a shout out again.
Yay!
I think you got it in other games as well already.
Yay.
In several.
Shout out to Dandy also.
To Dandy.
Just in case he's watching. Just in case he's watching. Definitely.